Improve your English communication skills through writing and speaking. Learn to write the academic way. Author of the book, Writing Academic Papers, a simple and easy-to-follow guide for international students and a long-time online academic researcher and writer. E. F. Henry teaches academic writing for international students. E. F. Henry also teaches English as a second language through stories. As a fictionist, E. F. Henry believes in the power of stories not only in inculcating values to students, but also in the ease international learners acquire English communication skills through stories. Learn English through stories and learn how to write the academic way with E. F. Henry at Alberta Henry Academy. Alberta Henry Academy, your gateway to achieving your academic and career goals.
The Importance of Reading, by Amber Henry. In her article entitled, Reading Literature Makes Us Smarter and Nicer, Annie Murphy Paul points out that reading is not simply informative. She makes her point by bringing her readers' attention to the differences between reading online posts in contrast to reading a book or any printed material. Online reading materials may abound, but the shorter ones are more attractive to audiences because this allows them to gain more information in a short time. Nevertheless, meditation or deep thinking is often missed out in reading short, online posts so that the information does not actually last long. On the contrary, reading books encourage readers to slow down and think about what is being communicated by the author. Consequently, there is a relationship that is formed between the reader and the author. Moreover, the reader is able to empathize with characters in novels, which make them able to understand other people's feelings and thoughts. Therefore, Paul suggests that reading novels and other printed reading materials can make people smarter and better social beings. In order to make her readers take the matter seriously, Paul opens her article with a statement made by Gregory Curry, a professor of philosophy at the University of Nottingham, in the New York Times. This background establishes that the argument Paul is about to present is worth delving into. Right on the second paragraph, the author shows that the professor's claim contradicts what studies show, making the article more intriguing and interesting. Throughout the article, Paul cites examples which validate her claims. She maintains a serious and passionate tone as she explains the importance of the subject matter at hand and why readers should also consider her arguments in the same view. Personally, I must say that I strongly agree with Paul for the reason that I have witnessed how reading improves not only the communication skills of a person but his or her mental capabilities as well. But let me first talk about why I say that reading improves one's communication skills. There is something that connects our eyes to our brains. Even though I'm not a scientist and I don't plan to engage in scientific explanations about this claim, I do believe that one can easily imagine my meaning in this. We, as learners, are visual, some better at it than others. Of course, I'm not forgetting that there are also those who are visually impaired, who have proved themselves better learners than most visually able learners. The celebrated Helen Keller is an example of this. My point here is that I am putting forward the connection of the process of accumulation of information to the sense of sight without disregarding visually impaired learners. For the visually able learner, reading is something that fosters language comprehension and the use of it, because reading at the same time feeds the brain with the meaning and arrangement of words. Reading trains the brain to remember the use of grammar, as well as punctuation marks such as period, comma, semicolon, colon, etc. One might think that these are just simple, insignificant marks, but that is not so. Punctuation marks help in giving clarity to the written sentences. They suggest intonations and pauses, features which are important in reading orally. Truth be told, a small mark such as a comma can make a difference in the meaning of a sentence, and that is the reason why reading plays a vital role in developing one's language, especially the English communication skills. This in turn strengthens a person's ability to construct comprehensible sentences and paragraphs. My kids, when they were still in elementary school, were good with their verbal English communication skills, but when you ask them to write, they cannot even make a decent paragraph because of lack of punctuation marks. What I did with them was, I forced them to read novels and demanded them to retell the story, if only to make sure that they did their tasks. In time, this improved not only their reading skills and vocabulary, but they also improved their verbal communication skill as well as their writing. Of course, in a general sense, reading improves a person's abilities and capabilities. That is, assuming of course that the materials you are reading are not only informative but educational as well. Readers can even learn about places they have never been to. They can learn about people they have never met, and their imaginations are enhanced so that the cognitive and analytical parts of their brains are enhanced. So, the next time you get the chance to sit on your couch, ignore your phone and get a good book instead. And if you're not the one who's not really interested in reading academic materials, start with a storybook. Start with short stories if you must. The reason why I advise stories is because generally speaking, people across cultures and ages love stories. Happy reading.